What's up, everyone? I hope you're all enjoying your Sunday evening. And yet again, it's another edition of Power Stories. Mind me if I look a bit tired. I am actually a bit tired. But hey, I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm ready to get the ball rolling. I'm so excited for today's chat. I'm chatting to a family member of mine. Her name is Tsenolo Ntsane, who's an amazing cousin of mine. And I'm so grateful that she'll be, part of Power Stories. And I'm very excited to be chatting to her today. I hope you guys all enjoy it. So let's see if I can send her an invite so we can get going. In the meantime, let me just search if she's visibly online so that I can, oh, there we go. I think I can send her an invite now. So she was showing as someone I could invite, but now she's disappeared. I'll be right back actually. Let me just log out and then log back in. Oh wait, actually I don't need to do that. Found her. Always acts up. I don't know why. It's so strange. But anyway, at least I found her now. I'm waiting for her to accept my invite and then we can get going with our conversation. There we go.
Hello.
Hey, cuz, what's up?
When? I don't know if can you
Are you
hear
looking
me?
for a photo? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear
I'm
me?
looking for something nice, you know.
Let me try this whole filter thing as well. Oh my god, look at me. What the hell is that?
But yours is nice. How can my eyes look so cool? Yours is nice and natural though.
Are you serious? It looks a bit like odd to me.
You look good, girl. You look good, cuz. Okay, I know
How
mine looks weird. It looks very like too filtered. But we'll go with this.
Okay, cool. Cuz, how you doing though?
I'm good. I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm alright. I'm just a little bit tired today, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I just need to take some time out to rest a bit more before I
Yeah.
start my busy week. But I'm alright other than that. I'm just excited that you're here and I'm chatting to you. First
Very
time we do a live
excited.
together. Oh my God.
I know. This is very great. Thank you so much for inviting me. I really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, cuz. So let's get right into it, even though I know, but for everyone else, where did you grow up and how was your upbringing?
Okay. So, I'm a Lesotho girl. I
Yes.
grew up I grew up in quite a few places. I first of all grew up in Maseru, Lesotho, which is where I come from, where my family comes from. And then I moved for 2 years in London when my mom was doing her master's, and she took me with. I was about 5, 6, and then came back and stayed a bit in Lesotho again, and then uh, formally moved to Gauteng. So, and I've
Yeah.
been living here ever since. So, yeah.
And what was the transition like, cuz, like from moving from Lesotho to Gauteng? Like, was there much of a difference in terms of like how you got along well with people, the environment, and like, was it much of a
Um.
difference?
Look, I can give you a very funny experience I had when we came back from London, but in like just generally, because most of my time has been in Gauteng, and because
Yeah,
at the times when we were moving, I was still very young, at a very
yeah.
developmental stage, so I didn't really feel the transitions as much.
Mm, mm.
Um, and my experience as a kid, kids always have friends. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't bad. But I can tell you this funny story. So my mom, when we came back, I was in grade 2, right?
Yeah.
From the school that I went to in London called St. George the Martyr.
Yeah.
And when we came back, I think it was like halfway in grade 2. I went to a primary school called Lady Brandt Primary,
Yeah.
in a very small city. And when I got there, I'll never forget, they took me back to grade 1 First of all, because they were like, no, this girl's
Well,
education, it's not the same. But at the same time, I'm thinking it was probably on another level. Why would you do
yes, of
that?
course, of
Yeah.
course.
And so I actually had to repeat grade one when I was
Mm.
actually at an advanced level of grade two.
Exactly. That sucks. Oh my God.
So that was a weird experience that I'll never forget because I was obviously picked out. I remember
Yeah.
even the way they announced it, with grade one, two, the classes.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
so, I was literally put in the middle of the classroom and I was like, okay, everyone, Bernice is about to leave the grade two, say bye, and everybody welcome her grade one. Very stupid. But yeah,
Wow.
that's the only childhood memory I have when it comes to like the moving.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then after that, well, what would you then say? Like, okay, fine, coming to Gauteng, growing up here, meeting friends, starting a whole new life. How would you like describe your power story? Anything that stood out for you that you feel like you should share with people, or something that happened to you that either shaped you or grew you in some sort of way, or just changed your whole being and mindset as a young girl or a young woman?
Mm. Um, that's a very broad question,
Mm,
but my life is literally a living testimony of somebody who relentlessly chooses to take risks. I'm
mm,
my whole industry is a whole risk.
yeah.
And one thing I can definitely leave with you guys from all my experiences is that whatever you put in will always determine what you get out. So
Mm,
the measure of your reward or your fruits are a result of the measure of what you put in, whether it's
mm,
faith, whether it's action, whether it's whatever. So, and I learned that with all the highlights in my life and the things that I've progressed to, the successes that I've
yeah.
attained in my industry, the work that I had to put in
Yeah.
resembles the rewards that I'm seeing now. So,
Mm,
yeah, I think the greater the faith, the greater the reward.
yeah.
And it's up to
Yeah.
us as people to do that. It's
Yeah.
literally up to us. We need to work towards our goals. Another thing that's very important that I've realized is that, look, my whole life I've been living as a very passionate person because of
Mm,
the industry I'm in. It's a constant affirmation daily in my industry that I'm affirming this passion that I've picked. And I
yeah.
find that having a passion is so much more purposeful in life. I think
Mm-hmm,
it's
mm-hmm.
important that we have passion. I think it's important that you have. I don't know what happened there.
Oops.
Sorry.
Oh, there we go. You're back on.
It's very
Yeah.
important to find something that you love. Yes, it's important to find something that you love. It's important to be passionate about something because
Yeah.
that's what keeps you going.
Yeah.
That's what actually keeps you going. That's what keeps you motivated. That's what keeps you re-energized, because society can be very draining. There's so
Mm,
many
mm.
social ills. So I found that with the highs and the lows that I've experienced, what held me together is the love that I have for the industry that I'm in. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And talking about the industry, cause like for people that don't know, I know that you've obviously been in like music and you're a talented songwriter and you're a performing artist. Like there's so much that you're doing entertainment wise. So how did you like what was the one thing that made you go, okay, besides passion, like okay, I wanna be in music, I wanna be entertainment, I wanna be a songwriter, I wanna be a sound engineer, I wanna be all these things. So tell us about the industries that you're in, number one, and how did you decide to get into those industries? And what's life like in those industries, you know?
Okay, very loaded question. Um, I have always known that music was my thing. I've been
Yeah,
writing songs from grade seven,
yeah,
We've been
yeah.
writing rap songs together. So I've always been a writer, and that's actually where
Yeah,
the passion came about. People think that I'm
yeah.
more of a singer, but I'm actually more of a writer.
Writer, yeah.
Um, and I used to write songs in high school. I used to be a rapper, funny. Um, and that's actually how I started, because I was a word, yeah, because I love playing with words. And in high school, I remember I used to spit some bars, you know, and I
Yeah.
went to a girls' school. I used to
Yeah,
spit some
yeah.
bars during break time. I loved like people always received me so well with my talent, you know, and high school was the
Yes.
point. High school was a place where I properly established that I think this is where I belong.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I just, yeah, I was writing. I used to, you know, rap, do poetry sessions. I was that girl, all the choirs, you know. And the highlight, I remember there's a song that I wrote for a big chamber choir that we had, I was part of back then in high school. And we had the
Yeah.
honor of singing that song and presenting it to the then Minister of Education, Naledi Pando. Then,
Yeah.
not now. I know my
Mm,
ministers.
okay.
And I had the honor of presenting that song. You know, the choir sang it, and that was such an important, and that was such an important highlight of my life. It was an affirmation
Mm,
that this is where I belong, and I
yeah.
love that people enjoyed it. You know, so anyway, um, high school, I've established that this is where I want to be. Um, Post high school, I studied sound engineering, as you know.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
I can be very honest and say that the beginning stages after high school were very difficult for me, because I knew that I wanted to be in this industry, but
Okay.
I was boxed. I kept, it's either you, like, when, like, I remember I had a fight with my mom about this years ago because she didn't want me to
Mhm.
be in the industry.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
when I said I wanted to do music, you know, I I was still quite young then, and then I didn't understand how vast, you know, the arts industry actually is,
Mm,
you know,
mm, mm.
and there's so many career opportunities in it. So
Yes.
when I said I wanted to do it, I wasn't really sure. I knew I didn't want, like, my mom just thought, oh, you want to be Brenda Fassie, the
Uh,
legend Brenda
uh.
Fassie. And for her, that was just like
No,
a red
hell
flag.
no.
Like, no, I
Yes.
can't, you know, the perception of our industry is very flawed. It's improving now,
Mm,
but it's very
mm.
flawed. And I couldn't defend myself because I wasn't really sure what it was. I just said, no, mom, I want to write. I want to write for people. I want to, you
Yes.
know, if I sing, I sing, you know. And
Yeah.
it was difficult because, yeah, I didn't know any better. But with time, I grew. Moving to Johannesburg was the best decision that I could have made, because it opened my eyes up to literally the art world. You know,
Yeah.
from getting my sound already, whilst I was studying sound engineering, I had already uh, I had already received opportunities. Working behind the scenes, I
Yes.
composed, I wrote 3 songs. This is like a highlight that happened like now post high school. I wrote three
Yeah.
songs for a movie that I was actually hired to be a vocal sessionist for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the movie is called why am I going blank? The Jakes Are Missing. The movie is called The Jakes Are Missing. And so I was given that opportunity whilst I was studying to come in as a sessionist. And then they heard my music and they were like, we may as well actually have this music on the
That's
movie,
dope.
you
That's
know?
dope.
Yeah. And so that was amazing. That was really nice. And from then on, opportunities just started, you know, opening more and more and more. And I got more into a corporate space in the industry.
Yeah. Yes.
Um, I mean, right now, you know, I'm in production.
Yeah.
Um,
At ACBC, no? You still with ACBC, right?
well,
That's awesome.
SABC, we're working with SABC 2 right now for a big,
Okay.
yes. So there's a project that I was hired to do, started 2 years ago, for a
Yeah.
children's show,
So
called
Toon
the
Show, you wrote
yeah,
the,
children's show.
yeah, I
And I
saw
was
that.
hired,
Yeah.
yeah, so I was hired to come in as somebody that could oversee the music department. And I
Yeah.
haven't left since. That's actually the biggest highlight in my career so
Okay.
far, because I was given the opportunity to write 65 songs. People don't actually really know that
Hey,
yeah. So I wrote 65 songs for the show, from
that's
scratch.
incredible.
Worked with an amazing band. Um, yeah,
No, that's
it was a really great opportunity. We're still working on the thing. We're actually we're in production right now. These things take
Okay.
time. But yeah, look, my industry is difficult. It's difficult because it's not as regulated as other industries. There's a lot of room for
Mm.
exploitation.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of misconceptions about, the process of certain things. And what I decided to do was place myself in different sectors in my industry. And that's why
Okay.
you can say I'm not just a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm a performer.
Yeah.
The more you
Yeah.
do, unfortunately, in this industry is the more you do, the more you survive, the more you eat, you know.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and
So it's
I
not
took
like an
advantage.
industry where you're like, no, I just want to do one thing and then I'm going to focus on that. That's going to cripple you as an entertainer.
Yeah. I mean, look,
So
it works for some people. You have artists that are very successful that have, maybe took a long time for them to pop up, but that's all they are. They're singers, they're rappers, they whatever.
yeah,
But for
yeah.
me, because my talent is a little bit different. I actually, I like I said, I know that I've sang before and I know I've performed before, but writing is more me. Like songwriting
Mm,
is my
And you've
actual.
always said it for a long time, hey? And
Yeah,
people are like, oh,
I
you just
sang.
finished, and you're like, oh, I want to write, you
Yeah,
know?
I want to
And
write.
I'm so glad
And
that
I
you
sang
stuck
a
with
lot.
that because I'm so glad that you stuck by what you knew that you're passionate about because look how far it's gotten you. And the most like I would say the most pleasing thing about doing what you love is like experiencing happiness, true happiness from doing what you genuinely love. Because we try to get away from like being pressured by parents wanting certain expectations from us that we don't really necessarily want to do in life, and then you have to go through the stresses of being an adult, getting your first job, working in a company, and then you know what I'm saying. So I feel like especially as women, I feel like we really do sacrifice a lot. Even single mothers, that don't have help
Yeah,
from fathers and not expect to take care of the children. You gotta work even
yeah,
though you don't want. You know what I'm saying? So we sacrifice a lot. So I'm so glad that like from an early age in your career, you're like, no, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to stick to, and that's that.
yeah,
That takes
definitely.
a lot of
It's
courage to do
definitely
that.
something that I have always been convinced about.
Yeah.
And because it's something that I'm gifted in, I will
Mm.
always multiply.
Mm.
I will always
Mm.
multiply and I will
Yeah.
always get bigger because it's
Yeah.
something that I have effortlessly fought for. I have
Yes. Yes.
effortlessly, and when I say effortlessly, I'm not trying to say that it hasn't been difficult. I mean
Yeah.
effortless in the sense that I choose my career no matter what. Like
Yeah.
it's not,
Yeah.
there's never, there've been many difficult moments, many difficult moments. But the fact that I stayed shows that I'm
Mm.
so committed to this. It just
Yes.
can't,
Yes.
you know. Um, yeah, but it is hard. And I really wish, younger women step into a much more safer space in our industry because I know that we are
Uh-huh.
at work right now in our
Uh-huh.
industry. We're at work
Uh-huh.
trying to clean shit up. I'm so sorry for
No, it's fine.
swearing. And because things are getting better, I hope that it becomes safer for us,
And
especially
that
for
actually
younger
leads me to my
women
next
entering.
question.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that leads me to my next question of like, what advice like would you give young girls and women who are trying to get into entertainment space right now in 2020?
My advice to women that want to get into the industry, you must know that you don't have to sell yourself. You don't
Mm,
have to. I mean, the reason why you want to get into the industry is because you believe that you're good at something or at the industry,
yeah,
at whatever it is in the industry, right?
yeah,
And because
yeah.
you know that you're good at it, don't ever like walk around feeling like you you owe you owe somebody
Mm,
in order to be recognized, because that's what we do. um,
mm,
we humble ourselves to such a point that we don't recognize that everything is intertwined, everyone is needed. Like in order for a record label to exist, they need artists. But currently,
mm,
when you're an upcoming artist and you want to go to a record label, you are going to treat them like they are supposed to,
Yeah.
like you owe them type thing. But no,
Yeah. Yeah.
claim your gift, own your gift. Because the moment you get into a position where you feel like you owe people, to be recognized, whatever, that's when you allow yourself to be exploited. And unfortunately, this industry is full of exploitation.
Mm.
That's why you get situations where, I mean, you know what's happening in the climate, where women
Mm.
have to sleep to get to the, to get to a certain,
Hey,
I mean, you have to
hey,
sleep with a
hey.
producer just to have a song on a CD, not even a single.
Imagine.
There's a lot. Yeah, imagine. And not just sleeping with someone. It's expectations, not just about it being sexual. They may.
Uh,
I mean, just um, even this thing of lowering the currency of your gift, like, so because you know
mm.
that you're still, you think you've just
Hey,
started, now it's like, oh no, you can give me 200 rand versus a
yeah,
20,000 rand check that you deserve.
yeah,
Don't limit yourself, don't decrease yourself, because if you're in this industry, you will always increase and not decrease, because
yeah,
that is your gift. And I believe that if you're talented, if you're gifted in anything, doesn't necessarily have to be my industry,
yeah, yeah.
you can only get better. If it's something that
Mm.
you love and it's something that you commit to, you can only get better. So
Mm.
yeah, own your
Yeah,
gift. As a woman,
yeah,
own your gift. Don't compromise yourself. And I say this understanding the extreme difficulties. It's not that easy to say that, but um, having an internal reminder of the fact that you are whole, and you are complete, you know
mm.
and you have something to offer to the world, with your
Yeah,
gift. Once we have that true revelation inside, then it affects how we behave. Then I'm less
That's
likely
true.
to be
Eh?
exploited, I'm less likely to be
Yes,
used, you know
yes,
so
yes.
yeah.
That's
Also, another thing
100%
for younger
true.
women, that want to be in my industry. I know that it's weird. It's not everyone's favorite opinion, but go to school. I had to learn that, look, because our industry is getting more and more regulated, because we're actually becoming more academic as well. People that media academics are
Yeah, yeah.
appreciated, etc. It's important that you actually attain an education there, because when you get out now, because they're proper package job packages, even something as like, for example, being an editor,
Mm.
a sound editor, or whatever, or even just as an actor, even
Yeah,
just as a singer. Study study learn, because unfortunately, once you have that qualification, it's just so much easier to be respected.
yeah.
It's so much easier
Mm.
to
Mm.
trusted.
Mm.
And also, another thing, my final advice would be
Yeah,
this: create as much content as possible. If you want to be in this industry, I cannot hire you if I haven't seen your work.
yeah.
I can't hire
Oh, yeah, there we
you
go.
if I don't see a presentation of what you've done, and a lot of people feel like they want to quickly jump into, oh, I want to be a famous singer, or I want to be a famous producer, or I want to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
whatever,
With no
but
body
they're
of work
not
to
really
show for.
producing. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
produce,
yeah.
produce. We're on a social platform right now. So you literally have the world at your feet every single day when you're
Yes,
taking out that phone,
yes.
you know?
Yeah.
You have the world looking at you. That's something so powerful. People don't understand how powerful
Mm-hmm.
that is. You have people that are living
Mm.
in shacks, and they're hitting 1 million views, from
Yes,
a stupid, like,
yes,
one
yes.
one
We
second
always
clip
make
or whatever.
money and an issue, you know? We always, I
Yes.
feel like sometimes we also like, oh, I don't have the right camera or the right phone or the right backdrop, whatever or I live in a shit place. And it's like exactly what you're saying. If you have a phone and you've got access to social media and the internet, you can put your work out there. You'll get to a
Put
point where
your
you
work out there.
become.
Put your work
Yeah.
out there, because the more you put your work out there, the better you become as well. The better
Yes.
you
You grow
become.
and you teach yourself.
So
Yeah.
yeah, there's really no excuse for complacency. There isn't. Because if you're going to choose complacency, then you'll get complacent results,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, 100%, cuz. And then the last question I have for you is, how do you think we as women can conquer powerfully together?
Huh. Power queens. Um, Women need to be more intentional about sticking together. I
Yeah.
think we lack a connection that is intentional a lot of the times with women. I mean,
Mm,
we're obviously governed by a system of patriarchy, which is, you know, it's not, it's a system that doesn't benefit us.
yeah,
And because we are emancipating ourselves as we go as women and
yeah,
claiming
yeah.
ourselves, the battles that we face whilst we are claiming our wholesomeness and our enoughness, the battles that we face, we have to face them holding hands with each other. We
Mm,
can't be against each other. Platforms, social media platforms are huge. You can't have women at each other's throats,
mm,
or fighting, or just showing an
yes,
animosity, because those are the
yes.
loopholes that allow for us to continue, not benefiting
Yeah.
from the societal system that we're in. So I
Mm,
definitely think that let's be intentional about sticking together, guys. Let's be intentional about believing one another and
yeah,
respecting our experiences as women,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's clear with everything that we are with, I mean, with the gender climate that we're under, the social climate, about the gender disparities between men and women. It's clear that
yeah.
women are women have been through some messed up shit,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
and we
mm-hmm.
continue doing so, and we are always fighting to be acknowledged.
Yeah, always.
And if we're always going to be fighting to be acknowledged, how better and easier is it with my sister right by my side helping me do it?
Exactly.
Because a
Exactly.
man is not going to do it. We
Mm,
will be able to emancipate ourselves together. So yeah, that's my
mm.
that's my advice. Intentional unity, very
I love
important.
that. I love that, cuz that's such a powerful message, and I just really hope that more and more women really, 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 really honor the role of being a woman activist, or really showing passion for women empowerment, and like you said, like truly, truly, truly being purposeful in life and
Yes,
supporting each other and lifting each other up and helping each other and being there for one another and respecting each other's craft or career,
yes,
whatever career you're in. Because it gets to a point where you're like, oh, this person is in this industry, she wouldn't understand what I'm doing. But it's like, yeah, we're not meant to always understand each other, but as long as we can
mm,
respect and show each
yes,
other love and support, man. I mean,
yes,
that's really, I don't feel like it's such a difficult thing, but I just think that society and all these terrible things that are happening that are making women become very divided. It's sad to see that, because it's not a hard thing to support someone, to love someone, to help someone, to wish them well, to want great things to happen to them. And when
yeah,
that happens to them, it's not a difficult thing to say, you know what, Tsenolo, you're doing a great job, you're killing it, keep going. Even that little bit of motivation, that a
yes,
stranger can give you, or your friend can give you, or your cousin can give you, it means a lot,
yes,
it really,
yes,
because it's tough out there, it's tough.
yeah.
And sometimes
And
that's
I
all
mean,
I
even
want to
just
hear.
considering the climate that we're in terms of this pandemic, um,
Yeah,
it's so important to be kind to each other right now, guys.
yeah,
Like, we are
yeah,
not okay. People are
yeah,
not okay. And
yeah,
kindness is key, guys. We
yeah,
have to be
yeah,
sensitive to each other. We have
yeah.
to practice compassion. These shouldn't be concepts that are foreign. This should be something
Mm,
that we do all the
mm.
time,
Right,
because that internal blessing you give of kindness and compassion, it comes back to
exactly.
you. It
Mm,
comes back to you,
mm. You can't always
So,
expect to respect but not give it out when it's time to, and to just play your role as a human being, to be compassionate, to be kind,
yes,
to be sensitive, to be helpful and loving,
yes, yeah.
Hmm. So, cuz, and I just want to thank you so much for taking out
Thank
the
you.
time on a Sunday evening
I
to
love
chat a
these
little with
comments,
me.
by the way.
Oh yeah, and thank you so much to everyone that joined the conversation. I'm seeing some
Honey
comments here.
Kanye. Hi,
Yeah,
Honey
Kanye's
Kanye.
commenting. Hey, Kanye and Kanya. Thank you so much. And I saw that
Hey
Kanya said she
Kaya,
talked.
Chomiaka.
Yeah, she says, I totally agree, and mainly master to the point where your skills are needed and not that you're busy begging for people to confirm it when it's something you have mastered. And Kanye said, interesting to hear a young, unfiltered take and perspective on the media industry. Yes, indeed. And Kaz, I have to thank you for that, because this conversation has been honest, and I knew that you would just tell it like it is. And I'm really appreciative for your time.
No, thank you so much. This was a very empowering experience. The more we talk, the the more we heal. So
Yeah,
I'm very honored that you know created this platform for me, and I get to
thank you.
join the Wall of Fame, the Power Queen Wall of Fame.
You had to.
Um,
You had to.
and I hope I've incited inspiration. I hope I have
100%.
incited motivation. I'm very available on my Instagram to talk to whoever would like to speak to me about the industry. I'm
Yes,
here.
and people must follow you, please, guys. I have recorded this interview, so it's gonna be up on the IGTV page. So please check it out and do follow Nolo. I know that you also started your skincare
Yes,
brand.
yes, I'm a
So
businesswoman now. How can we not talk about this?
how do we not talk about that, right? Like, tell us quickly about
Like,
your Harmony Body skincare.
okay, so quickly, How Many Body is my baby. It's a business I started during lockdown, literally in the pits of hell. I had an idea to extend myself and extend a body experience I've been having with people. So
Yeah.
I've been making body concoctions for my body for years. And I've been making products for myself that have worked, that are inexpensive, because the products that I would work for my body were very expensive. And
Okay.
you know, during lockdown, a friend of mine that supplies coffee actually, I ordered coffee from her because I usually make you know, coffee scrubs as well.
Oh,
And you
okay.
know, she was like, so she said to me, hey, like, because I was like, I'm gonna buy you coffee and I'd like to I'm gonna make a scrub. And she was like, please also make me one. And ever since she said
Okay.
that, yeah, I was like, you know what, actually, why don't I make many? And I can tell you, it's been the most difficult process, but
Is
it's been the
it?
most rewarding process. Yes, difficult in the sense that, look, establishing anything in this kind of climate is difficult. You know,
Yeah.
you're dealing with emotions, you're dealing with mental
Yeah.
health issues, you're dealing with so many things. And through all of that, I chose to commit to this product every day. And I
Mm-hmm.
chose to plant in it every single day. It's a blessing because I'm so overwhelmed by how many people have actually received it so well. You know, constantly, I'm literally getting people that love this product. It's not just about the fact that they're supporting a black, female owned business,
But they
but it's that
genuinely love the quality
they
of it, the
actually, it's the
product itself.
content that they
I
appreciate.
can't wait to
Exactly.
try it. Because you know, I've always had a skin problem. Even now, I have a skin problem.
Really?
So
I know, yes, I know, but your
yeah,
face is looking good.
no, well, now it is. But I'm telling you,
It's looking good.
the dark spots. I sometimes have what do you call them? Like, because I always had acne.
Yeah.
So sometimes I break out and yeah, no, it's a whole mess. And like you said, the skin products are expensive. So when you told me about your new range, I was like, I have to try that. I really
Yeah.
have to. First of all, it's a freaking affordable. That's one.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that you use natural ingredients, because that's what I've been looking for. You know, I've been looking for
Yes.
something that's a natural ingredient that's not too like something I can actually afford, you
Mm.
know. So I really can't wait to try them out, cuz. And
I'm
I
very
encourage
excited.
everyone here
Yes,
who's
I'm
watched this
excited
to
for you. I'm
check them
excited
out,
for
try
you
them
to
out,
try
place
them.
orders. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Support black businesses, support women-owned businesses. Cuz I wish you
Yes.
all the best and all the success that's still about to happen. I'll be rooting for you. Thank you for being such a huge inspiration to women, black
Thank you.
women.
Thank you
And
so
I really
much.
respect your craft. You're so talented, and I'm just so happy at
Oh,
everything
thank
you've
you,
achieved so
Tandy.
far. Yeah, I've always believed in you. So this makes me happy to see that you really are living out your purpose and you're loving it at the same time and you're killing it at the same damn time.
Gotta kill the game. Gotta kill it in this game. Kill it
Thanks,
in this
cuz.
game with kindness. Thank you so much. It
No,
was a great chat. It was a great
thank
platform.
you.
Let's chat again soon.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.